So you'll understand what bookkeeping is and why it is important and how to actually start even if you hate numbers. So bookkeeping is not just about recording, it's also about reviewing. So why is bookkeeping very crucial for businesses, especially small businesses? To make bookkeeping less stressful, you need to have a daily routine and a weekly routine. Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Prosperity Thrive Drive. My name is Charity Mwangi, your host and a financial consultant. So today we are going to look at a topic that most businesses struggle with, and that is bookkeeping. Whether you're running a boutique, a salon, a kinyozi, or an online shop, keeping your records in order is very crucial. But don't worry, I'll break it down into doable steps that you can follow and see through so that you can thrive your business. So you'll understand what bookkeeping is and why it is important and how to actually start even if you hate numbers. So let's start with the basics. What is bookkeeping? So simply put, bookkeeping is the process of daily recording your business transactions. So that is transactions relating to money coming in and money going out. It's about daily tracking. It's not about waiting until the end of the year and then you start looking for invoices, for receipts, and start reconciling your bank statements. So think of it as your business diary. So every time you receive money through sales, through loans, or whenever you pay for your expenses, the salaries, the stock, the transport costs, and all that, you must record every transaction. And why is bookkeeping important in business? It shows you whether you're making money or you're losing money. It also helps you file the correct taxes with KRA. This is because you're able to know your sales and you're able to know your expenses. So with that, you're able to tell your profits and the amount of taxes that you're supposed to pay based on the profits. Bookkeeping also keeps you ready for opportunities, for example, for grants, for new investors, and even loans. And in another episode that is coming up, we'll talk about loans, grants, and investors in business. For example, let's look at someone who has a salon or even a kinyozi. They will buy hair products, hair oil, and all hair accessories on a daily basis, and they'll also offer services on a daily basis. So without recording all these transactions, they will not know whether their businesses are making profits or they are going at a loss. Now let's look at the common bookkeeping mistakes that business people make. Number one, which is very common, is mixing business money and personal money. So you'll find someone paying their personal rent from the business till or the business bank accounts. They are paying for their holiday from the business bank accounts. They are also buying items relating to business from their own personal account. So there is no distinction of the money that belongs to the business and the personal money. Number two mistake is not keeping proof of business transactions. So that is payments done or money received. So sometimes people pay their suppliers or something that they have bought and they buy in cash and they forget to record that. And when it comes to cash transactions, it's very easy to forget. Later on, you can't explain where the money went and you feel like you're running in losses. Yet, if you just recorded your transactions, then you'll be able to manage your finances and your business finances. So the other thing is not recording any M-Pesa or bank transactions. You just have money coming in through the bank or your M-Pesa and you don't record it in a separate whether it's a book or a system. This way, as a business person, you're not reconciling your business transactions, and this can make you even make double payments, and you can even forget about a sale that you did and the client didn't pay the money as they promised. The other mistake is relying on memory. Like I've said, if you do especially cash transactions, it's very easy to forget what you paid and who you paid how much. So it's very important to record immediately you make a transaction. Ensure that you have record and proof of payment or proof of receipt. The other mistake is not reviewing your records regularly. So bookkeeping is not just about recording, it's also about reviewing. So why is bookkeeping very crucial for businesses, especially small businesses? It helps you track your cash flow, the cash inflow and the cash outflow, meaning the money coming into your business and the money that you're paying out. It also helps you separate personal expenses and business expenses. It also helps you in making business decisions, because if you don't have your numbers right, you will not make the right decisions. It helps you build credibility when it comes to partners, investors, and even when you're looking for loans or funding. So business people, when you don't track your money, the money will control you. You'll just be wondering why you're always broke and you're making sales and you're having clients. Yet if you just do your bookkeeping, you will solve this problem. And let me put this out. Bookkeeping does not have to be expensive, and we'll look at practical steps on how you can ensure that you're properly recording your business transactions. The first option that you can have is having a bookkeeping notebook, a physical book. When you're using a book, you'll just make columns which will have different items. So the first column, you can have the dates because you need to know when this transaction happened. The next column, you can have the description of the item, whether it was a purchase or a sale. The next column, of course, it will be the column of the income. So when you make a sale, you record it. You record the amount there. The next column will be for the expenses, the money that you pay for whatever business transaction, which may include transport, salaries, buying stock, buying airtime, and all that. And then also you can have a column with a running balance, so that at every point you're able to know how much money you have. So number 2 option is having an Excel sheet. And an Excel sheet is quite good because it auto-calculates for you the figures. So you don't have to keep on doing the calculations every day. When you put in the formulas, then you're able to get the figures automatically. The number 3 option is having bookkeeping apps. And currently, there are so many bookkeeping apps. Some are free and some are quite affordable. So choose one that works with the stage that you are in your business. Just start small and stay consistent. Now let's look at what to track in bookkeeping. Number 1, you must track your revenue, your sales. So every sale that you make, ensure you record it. If you're using a book, record it. Or if you're using a system, ensure that that transaction is also entered into the system. Number 2 thing to track is your expenses. So you need to track the stock that you're buying, the rent payments, the salary payments, transport payments, airtime, anything that you use your business money to purchase. The number 3 thing that you need to track as a business person is your profit or loss. And this, of course, you'll get it once you record your sales and you record your expenses, then you'll be able to tell your profit or loss. And with that, you'll be able to make the right decisions. The other thing that you need to track is the debts that you're owed. So you have a client or a customer that bought something from you, or you offered services, then they have not yet paid. So you need to track that, you need to record that. Otherwise, it's very possible for you to forget, and that will eat in your business cash flow. The other thing is the debts that you owe as a business. So were you supplied with stock by a supplier and you have not yet paid? Is it rent that you have not paid? Is it the salaries that you have not paid? Whatever debt that you owe other stakeholders, your suppliers, your landlord, your employees, you need to record that, so you can know the demand for cash from your business at every particular period. The other thing that you need to record and track is your cash and bank balances. You need to know how much you have in your bank or even in cash, so that if in case you need to add more stock, then you are able to know whether you can afford it or you cannot afford it. The other thing that you need to record are your assets. So do you have any equipment in your business? So for example, if you have a salon, you have dryers, hair dryers, you have blow dryers, you have all those equipments that you use for your business. So you need to have a record of all the equipments that you have for your business. Those are what I'm calling assets. And in addition to that, you also need to know your inventory status. You need to know your inventory. For example, if you're selling fonts, it will be good to know the number of fonts that you have in stock. So whenever a customer comes, you're able to tell them that that product is available or it's not available. The other thing that you need to record and be aware of is your loans. You need to know how much you still owe, who you still owe, and how much you're required to pay on a monthly basis. The other thing that you need to record, and which most businesses do not record, is your investment in the business. How much did you put in that business to be able to start? Recording the capital amount is very important because you might be required to use it if in future you'll welcome another investor. So let's now look at a bookkeeping routine. To make bookkeeping less stressful, you need to have a daily routine and a weekly routine. On a daily basis, record your sales and your expenses. Also on a daily basis, send out receipts and invoices. Then on a weekly basis, review your income and your expenses. Also on a weekly basis, check your profits or your losses. So also every week, ensure that you reconcile your bank or M-Pesa statements. Then on a monthly basis, do a financial health check for your business. Plan for taxes because some businesses will pay taxes on a monthly basis. Then back up all your records. Because if you have physical records, it's very possible to lose them. So every Friday, for example, you can block 30 minutes where you look at your books and you review your sales and your expenses for the week. This is like having a meeting with your business. So how does bookkeeping unlock business growth? So with consistent bookkeeping, you'll be able to know whether your business is making profits or losses. You'll also be confident when you're applying for funding, for grants, or for loans. Proper bookkeeping will also help you avoid tax penalties. And then, of course, you'll plan better and sleep better. So let's look at two examples of business people. One person has a car wash. Let's call him Joseph. So the minute he started tracking his business transactions, that is the sales and the expenses, he realized that one of the employees was stealing from his business. He also discovered that he was undercharging his services. So bookkeeping helped him fix both issues because he was able to track his expenses and his sales, and he realized that some figures were not adding up. So he was able to see the loophole where the employee was stealing from him, and also he realized that he was undercharging his services. Someone else running a salon, let's call them Jane. So with bookkeeping, they record sales every day, they record their expenses, whatever they buy for the business. They record the monthly rent. They also record the salaries to the employees. So with a good Excel sheet, and with all these transactions being recorded on a daily basis, so Jane, the salon owner, is able to know when she's making the highest sales and when the business is making the lowest sales. So in days when the business is making the lowest sales, she's able to put in place marketing strategies so that she can also boost those days. So bookkeeping is not just for accountants. Bookkeeping is not just for big businesses. You should start your bookkeeping the minute you start your business. If you want your business to grow, then you'll ensure that all your business transactions are well recorded and reviewed on a weekly or even a monthly basis. All you need is consistency, clarity, and a simple system that you follow. If you feel all this is overwhelming, you can get in touch and I can work with you one-on-one so that you can be able to set up your financial system in your business and help you record your business transactions better. So feel free to contact me. I'll leave my details on the description box and even on the screen. I'll have my contacts on the screen, and feel free to get in touch. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so. And let's meet in the next episode.